Hey, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. I am Imani Forrester, author of the book 30 Reasons Why Men Deserve Nothing, and it's available right now on Amazon and free to read if you have Kindle Unlimited. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be reading to you one viral Reddit story and the update to it as well, since the update came out just a couple of days ago, and it is one of the most interesting Reddit stories I've ever found. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Make sure to like the video and leave a comment. It always helps support the channel, and I'd love to hear your opinions on this story. So, without wasting any more time, let's just jump into it. So, the original question was posted a month ago in the Am I the A-hole subreddit, and the question asked, Am I the a-hole for telling my husband's affair baby's family to either come get the kid or I'm calling Child Protective Services? So she says, my female 53, soon to be ex husband Roger, 47, who I forgave for his affair, came home with a baby 4 months ago. His girlfriend, 22, could not handle it anymore and brought the baby to him at work and left. To the best of his knowledge, she is in Spain. I allowed him to stay so long as I didn't have to do anything. Anything. Well, about a month ago, Roger had a heart attack. It didn't unalive him, more's the pity, but he is very weak and incapable of doing anything for himself. Since he isn't up and about, he cannot care for his child. He also cannot drop off and pick up his son at daycare. I have been helping, but I'm done. My kids are full grown. I shouldn't be having grandkids anytime soon. I do not have any desire to care for a baby. I told Roger that I wanted a divorce and I contacted the mother's parents. I know the father through friends. I said they had until Friday to come and get their grandchild or I was calling Child Protective Services. They just left with the baby. But they scolded me for being so cold towards a baby that had done me no harm. I view that child differently. Roger is recovering and I will be moving out. The house is in his name, but I have never contributed to it. I have the equivalent of 22 years of rent and interest put away. And as per our prenup, my savings are my own. Good lady, smart. I work and I don't need anything out of this marriage except myself. My kids tried telling me to stay and help their father. I said that they were welcome to come over and help him with cleaning himself and the baby. Both declined what I felt was a fair offer. I do not feel that I am acting badly. However, Roger, our children, his child's family, and a few mutual friends think that I am. Perhaps writing this out and seeing the responses will give me clarity. So that was her original post. I can read a few comments, so I'll do that. Someone says, not the a-hole. Let me get this straight though. No one is upset at the real mom who took off for Spain, leaving her kid. It seems like all this hostility is being misdirected towards you who got dumped on more than once. You are doing the right thing. At some point, mom is more than likely going to show back up, want the kid, and money to support it. Get away from that man as fast as you can. As far as your kids go, it sounds like they think you have some responsibility to support the guy who cheated on you for life so they can enjoy theirs without that added burden. Hopefully, they wake up and realize that is placing you in an abusive situation. Wait until Roger passes and they all want a part of that house. And little Miss Guess Who, if she finds out, wants a piece for her kid too. I bet their opinions change real fast. And then another person said, people don't understand what really goes into taking care of someone who is that sick. Usually not until they have to do it themselves. Another commenter wrote, it's because she forgave her husband's affair, so everybody now thinks she should just suck it up, I guess. So ridiculous. You give an inch, and now everybody wants to suck you dry. And another person wrote, seriously, I would have called Child Protective Services anyway. Biodad/sperm donor can't take care of the baby. You're on your way out and have no legal obligations to it. Biomom skipped off to Spain so she can go live her best life or whatever. And the baby's grandparents and half-siblings think you're the bad guy? Nope, mom's a deadbeat, dad's sick, and you aren't anything to this poor child. I mean, it's such a frustrating situation for this woman. She did nothing wrong. I can't imagine all the stress. She already raised children. She most likely maybe even planned how her life would be and decided, when I'm in my 50s, I'll have fully grown children. She didn't expect I'm going to start again at 53 raising a baby. Like, she didn't plan her life that way. And for her own children to make this her problem as well and try to guilt her and make her feel bad, and her mutual friends, like, that's so disgusting. This is that kind of labor, that kind of unpaid, unrecognized labor that we expect of women in this society. And I think especially of mothers, it's like, you already raised kids, just do it again. What's the big deal? You know? Do they know what they're asking of her? This is a newborn baby. To ask that she dedicate the next 18 years of her life to raising a child that she has nothing to do with is insane. I feel like this should be like some kind of like cautionary tale to men as well. It's like, look how you upend your life just for a little fling. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? For real. These are supposed to be logical people. These are supposed to be the logical gender, right? But anyway, there is an update, so let's find out what actually went down in this situation and how things played out. So 3 days ago, OP made an update. She says, I am no longer divorcing Roger. There were complications from his heart attack and he has passed away. I am conflicted. He was the love of my life, but also a cheating piece of trash. To the best of my knowledge, the mother will not return from Europe. The child is currently with her parents, so the grandparents. They asked me what I wanted to do. I recommended adoption. Not that I adopt the child, that they put the child up for adoption. They didn't like that suggestion. Neither did my children. They said I am being cold and cruel. I suggested that since the child was related to them and not to me, that they should step up. Neither has accepted that suggestion either. I was a sole beneficiary of Roger's estate, so I imagine lawyers will be involved in getting the child some sort of support. I will pay whatever is ordered by the court out of the estate. I will not pay 1 cent out of my money. That is all I have to say on this matter. And that was like a kick in the stomach to me. Like, I couldn't believe that that's how things ended up working out. But I mean, wow. Let's just read some comments and see what people thought of this. Someone said, get a paternity test before you allow of your husband's estate to be taken. Another person wrote, they shouldn't be asking you what to do with this baby. They should be talking to their own daughter. She's the baby's mother. You have no responsibility to that child. Yeah, it's wild that they've wrapped this poor woman up in all of this. Like, she's the ex-wife of the man who cheated. Why does she even have a say in what happens to this child? This is not her child. This is not her family. But anyways, another person says, it's funny how people are so vocal when it comes to what they want out of you, but then have nothing to say when it's pointed out that they could be doing that thing if it was so important to them. I know, like, the grandparents are insisting, like, why don't you raise the kid and stuff? And she's like, you could raise the kid, it's your family. And they're like, no. What? Leave this woman alone. Leave this woman alone. She has nothing to do with you guys. Someone says the baby's mother's 22, which means the grandparents are probably near the same age as OP. True. They don't want to spend the next 18 years of their lives raising a child, but they want a random woman who's not beholden to this child at all. They want her to do it. Another commenter said, it's amazing how your kids are open to you doing work which they don't want to do. Good on you to point out their hypocrisy. Another person said it also shows that her kids won't take care of her when she's older. She needs to start planning for that. True. At least she has her money, though. Like, she can get some good care, hopefully. One commenter wrote, this is one of those situations where as soon as you help out a little bit, it makes it look like you should keep helping. But if you had kicked him out and the kid right away, or if you had moved out right away without helping, the perception about you being responsible for the child would be completely different. A woman getting mad and leaving her husband because he cheated and brought home an affair baby sounds completely reasonable. It is so hypocritical of people to think that just because you kept a level head about the situation and didn't burn everything down right away, that you should just be a doormat forever. You have done nothing wrong. And another person says, not the a-hole. I think people must be extremely dense to think that you are cold. He was unfaithful. His AP was a homewrecker that just ran away from her kid, and that's your problem? What kind of mental gymnastics are people doing? I think that you were smart to call your kids out and tell them that they can take care of their sibling if family is so important. Big hugs to you and sorry for your loss. I agree completely. And another person said people get outraged when women refuse to sacrifice themselves to child rearing and housekeeping. They think they're too good and too important to do it, but a woman isn't. I think what might have happened between the ex-husband and the girlfriend is that Perhaps she didn't even know he was married, or perhaps she did know he was married, but he was telling her all sorts of lies and, maybe even saying, I don't really love my wife. We're going to split up. We only live together. I plan to divorce her. Whatever he needed to say so that she would sleep with him unprotected. I think that's what happened. Then when she realized that she's on her own, this man is not leaving his wife, she's going to raise this kid alone. She ended up getting upset, of course, understandably, and dropped off the kid at his workplace. She's young. She's 22. She didn't know any better. I'm not saying that she's not at fault. She's completely at fault for, like, if you know a man is married, it doesn't matter what he tells you, you don't mess with him. I'm sure she was blindsided by the fact that she was doing all this work with this baby by herself, all this child rearing. That's why she just dropped off the baby at his workplace for him to worry about. And, in the end, it's like, the baby's the one who suffers. Maybe she was expecting even to get married to him and who knows what he promised her, but clearly things didn't work out. She ran off to Spain. He had no choice but to go home to his wife with this affair baby. I'm sure the stress contributed to him getting really sick and getting a heart attack. And in the end, like, nobody wants this baby. And this is why I've had videos on this channel where I talk about, like, the dangers of just anybody having kids who either can't afford them or just, doesn't have the means or the desire to take care of them. I really think kids should be something that you plan between, like, two partners who want to have children. This is so sad. Like, I don't know what's going to happen to this baby in life. And it's not OP's problem. That's the thing. It's not OP's problem. This is between the grandparents, the half siblings if they want to take on that responsibility. This is between the mother of the baby. This has nothing to do with OP, and I'm glad that she's just decided that this is all she has to say on the matter. She's just going to go and live her life as she deserves to do. She did nothing wrong, but, like, I really hate that for the kid. I really hate that for this woman too. I really hate that she was roped into this crazy drama. And it seems like as women, we just have to put our foot down from the beginning. If someone has betrayed you, it seems like the best thing to do is to just cut them off immediately. The more that you forgive is, like, the more people expect of you. People just think, okay, you're a doormat, keep lying down. Let us walk all over you forever. It's ridiculous. Anyway, just a crazy story. One of the craziest stories I've come across on Reddit. But yeah, I don't know. I hope the best for that baby. I hope that they figure out what to do with it. I just really don't like the idea of women just having kids for just rando men who are not committed to them, men who haven't married them, men who are just promising them the moon, sun, and stars. Mind you, I don't blame her for dropping off the baby. I don't blame her for just being like, you know what? You didn't wear protection. This is your child. Take care of your child. And she just dipped. She just left the country. And he decided, you know what? Let me just dip. Let me just leave this whole existence because he couldn't manage. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.